Good afternoon. Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, real talk. Then we got Brother Vhango in the building. I'll bring him up after the short intro that we play. Let me read this out first. Just remember us as the righteous ones, we are still winners. That's the real. Just remember that. Long as we keep on doing the righteous thing, we are still righteous thing. We are winners. We are winners. Before I continue, I know people see the top, middle confused thinking. Now this I coined this after I was watching Brother Vango's last live. I came up with that because we're gonna talk about these characters. So I urge brother Vhango and even the ones that gonna come in the chat why did I came up with when I coined that, and I'm gonna break it down. I'm definitely gonna break it down to y'all, the family, and the few. So, but we're gonna do. Not gonna keep y'all keep it through. So we will hit you with this intro. Be back.
Welcome to my channel, the underrated darkness, yours truly, the underrated one, the number one grinder, the best kept secret in YouTube.
All right, I'm back. Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, real talk. Yours truly, the number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. Be putting it down for a long time. The title is Middle Confused Thinking with Brother Vhango. I will explain. And sick talk, y'all. It's a sick talk. Man. Hashtag sick talk, man. Got the fire, got the bombs on it. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna tell the brother unmute your mic and introduce yourselves, please.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Vhango the Painter, bro. I'm definitely supporting everything Brother JT's doing, and we locking in today to bring y'all some real facts, actual factuals. You can find me in my channel. I normally talk about similar topics that JT talk about and other stuff of that nature. You feel me? History, culture, whatnot, et cetera, et cetera. So if y'all like to hear that, you can head over there. But most definitely appreciate JT bringing me up.
That's true. This is not his first time he came up here. He came up here, I think, about twice on here, but most of the time it's on the Underrated Darkest channel. And I just want to welcome you. Thanks for your presence, brother LCN. Thanks for coming into the building. Very much appreciated. Before I was at in Brother Vhango's he did the last live. And he gonna explain more about it today. So when y'all see middle confused thinking, I coined that. And he could vouch for that because I even put that in the chat,
Mm-hmm.
in his last chat. I coined that. And I'm gonna explain the reason why in the few. And then Brother Vango, he gonna split, he gonna talk about the characters that we have on YouTube. And I feel that this is very necessary. So I know if anybody in the clouds, I think this is the time you should tell people to come and even go check out Brother Vango channel too. But they feel to the ones that are willing to practice in righteousness, no matter if you're a man or woman. This is, I think you should pay attention to this very seriously. And I will break down middle confused thinking. All right, I'm gonna break it down. Trust me, I'm gonna break it down. So, Brother Vango, there's anything you want to add on to it, please?
Oh yeah. To speak on what happened on the channel, the video actually got copyright struck, so y'all can't see it. I got to edit it now. But when I do put it back up, you're gonna see the context of what JT's talking about, the brother number one grinder. So definitely wait for that. It's coming. And that's pretty much it for now, at least. I want to let you dive into what you were saying.
Okay. Now, and then whatever you want to add on, brothers, like this. Now, while I'm hearing this, like I said, I can't really get into it because, like Brother Vango said, he had a copyright. So, but get what me and Vango say. You know, your Brother Vango, you when you watch the live, you get what I'm saying. But you will get it today anyway. Y'all get it today. But why I came up with this concept is because when you confuse, you don't know which way to go, the right or wrong. There is a decision in life that we have to make if it's right or wrong. Now, as we grow up as kids, our parents give us the tools to learn how to decide for ourselves, even like they not around. But it goes to show that we even got demonized people. We understand outside the space, but inside the space, they were talking about really inside the space today. They are very dangerous. These are the people that are pushing toxic. And what happened was they are using other toxic narratives to critique what they're coming from. So when I'm saying that, why I came up with that they are a bunch of flippy floppers. They say something right, they say something wrong. And at times they want to say things that are politically correct. And that's what I call them middle confused thinking. Because in life, you got to make a choice the right way or the wrong things. And sometimes if you legitimately confused, that's when you ask questions. That's when you find out know the truth. But we find out in this space for a long time, and Brother Vhango could attest that, and I want him to get into this too, that there are people, a bunch of followers. They confused. So if they do this right now in the space, be expected. This is how they run their life. Not being judgmental because I'm not God. Or I'm just saying that I always say this. Check out the pattern, what they're all about. Just check out the pattern they're all about. That means know the history, how they say the language, how they move. And they will give you the answer right then and there. that it's be so easy that you say, oh, that's how you get. But you gotta pay attention of the patterns and the mannerism of how they move and the attitude of things. Also their mindset, all they narrative, all come in one. And then we deal with people flip floppers. I know people probably say, oh, people flip flop all the time. But when that flip flopper trying to make them as they toxic truth. Now, you understand what I'm saying? Toxic truth. Now, when I talk about toxic truth, that means that is wrong. So that means there is a conflicted conversation is happening. That we understand that is their truth, but we know if the ones that are righteous, that think logic, that is wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying also, these are the same people that cause conflict in the gender war too. Battle of the sexes, battle of equality, battle of toxicness. So there is a brother that I was listening to Brother Vhango and others, but I'm talking about this one brother that when I was hearing him, he was saying quite a few conflicted narratives was going on. Now, let me say this before I continue. There's nothing wrong to hold other men accountable. Let me say it again. There's nothing wrong to hold other men accountable. I'm with that, especially if you're wrong or you got something wrong, you want to be right. So there's nothing wrong with that. But when you know that for a long time, people talking about this 60 years, the man voices have been silent. I said been more than that, especially us as black men. Men, period. Let me put it at men, period. Yes, I'm gonna say that men, period. Also, we're gonna put the men into it. But we're going to talk about in this space, mostly we deal with black men, that we still have to fight for our voices to be counted. And the sad thing about it, you still got men, brothers that looks like us. They are talking conflicted, demonized narratives against us. That's the sad thing about it. There are dangerous simps out there, and there are some toxic women has acted on it. So that's what in their mind they want to make it seem that it's true, but it's wrong. Wherever any narrative that deals with another gender to hurt them, that is a problem. And also it goes for men too, that you want to cause friction of the woman too. That is a problem too. So we are dealing with people that do not want to stand on truth. They want to stand on the middle. They want to stand in the middle, and they still want to keep us confused because they are confused, but they know the truth. But see, when you know the truth, that means you test yourself. That means that you know that is wrong. That means that you start showing repentance within yourself. And then after that repentance, that's when you start. That's when you apologize to other people how wrong that you are.
Mm-hmm.
So we dealing with people here that have this middle confused thinking. They don't want to do none of that. They just want to be safe. But when you be safe, that means it's toxic. That means they not cleansed among themselves inside. They don't want to be challenged of their narrative. So that's why they stick to their own parameters of people, because they don't want to be challenged. Because to better yourself, you have to be challenged. That's the only way you're going to get better. That is the only way you see things clearer. That's the only way you're going to be wiser. And I'm talking about man or woman. But when I coined in his Brother Vhango's chat, middle confused thinking. They are dangerous people, y'all. These are the ones that the sad thing that start the drama. These are the ones that are pushing this narrative. And the sad thing about it, they are winning. So so that means that all right, no one granted. So that means that other people is not acting on their own merits to find out. That's actually the question. The answer is they not. And the sad thing about it, like I told Brother Vhango offline in here, we are dealing with people even in my age group, that I will be 56 in a few weeks, June 4th. God's permit, I will see that that's what I'm preparing for. We are dealing with men and women in this space with that age group again. They are pushing this. They know how to renew because they have been in this, on this earth for 55, 60 years, 70 years, or 40 years, it doesn't make a difference. But I'm talking about my age group. These are the ones supposed to sow good seeds to the younger ones, younger brothers and sisters. And I'm not leaving the young ones out either, because the young ones have to be blameless too, because you up in age right now to know from right or wrong too. So I'm not letting them out either. But what the so sad about it, it would leave brothers like Brother Vhango, she stayed asleep, and others had to be on an uphill climb. So we have to understand. I'm gonna say this one last thing. I'm gonna give it to Brother Vhango. That's why it's very, very important. Confused thinking is dangerous. And understand they know what they're doing because it's premeditated. They've been at this for a long time. Men and some women. And I'm going to throw it at Brother Vhango.
Yeah, that's what's going on in a nutshell. This middle confused thinking that you speak of, bro. It's going on in this space, in other spaces on YouTube. It's going on in real life or offline. It's going on in all these places. And when we actually examine the situation, we can see that this type of thing is the root cause for a lot of BS. You feel me? For a lot of the troubles that people face today. It's because of this type of thinking that makes you, I want to say, resistant to change, resistant or positive change, I should say, resistant to inward looking, resistant to quite a bit of things that would actually help you and help your interpersonal relationships. So with the dude that I was talking on, and y'all can see the video when I do it, but he was making these weird equivalencies and, mixing arguments and mixing truth and falsehood. And we can't have that. Somebody has to call that out. Somebody's got to speak on that, bro, because that confuses people, especially new people or younger people who don't have this type of, background history and whatnot. It confuses them and it makes them apprehensive to people that they should probably be listening to. Like the dude was making certain arguments like, oh, well, if you talk about anything related to the manosphere, even if you don't claim that or you don't support some of them things, you automatically are a woman hater. Now you got to unpack that. How does that make sense? How does talking about men's issues and venting about whatever's going on, even if it's aggressive, how does that mean you hate women? You see what I mean? Like, it don't make no sense. But that's that middle confused thinking that you speak of, brother. When you want to make a bad faith argument, a disingenuous argument, you throw up stuff like that. You throw up these weird analogies and comparisons and whatnot, and you don't make sense. And somebody with logic can listen to what you're saying. It's like, wait a minute. You know what I mean? They start, thinking about it for real. It's like, this don't really make no sense to me. Why am I listening to this? But if you got somebody that's coming into this information, first encountering this person, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I see what he's saying." Yeah, without seeing the other side of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want you to talk about go if I mean of your of what you see and why I coined confused middle confused thinking in what you think why I coined it in what you see of it.
Yeah. Well, piggybacking off of what I said with the middle confused thinking, I have to pay homage to the fact that you came up with it, bro, for real, because it is a actually useful terminology to use about these people. They want to be on some fence sitting stuff. They want to be on some, oh, well, this is this, up is down, left is right. You feel me? Some confusion. And I think it's good to call out and identify who these people are. And one of the ways you can do that is with terminology and words. And that's why I think middle confused thinking is so apt of a description. You feel me? Because it breaks it down in 3 words. Middle confused thinking. Middle, you're in the middle. You're standing on the fence. You're a fence rider. Confused. You don't know that being a fence rider is bad. And then thinking, you're not thinking. So, you can break that down in a couple of ways, but that's definitely what I see from it.
Thank you. And I think that's what I get from it when I was listening, to your lot. And what's so sad about it that not going off the subject. Well, I'm not. No, it's not really off the subject. It's really on the subject that we still. The sad thing about it, as we talk offline, and even, you have been even I've been at brother Vango's main channel. He would talk about homosexuality, talking about every day they are having hundreds of different flags. I want you to understand that. Hundreds of different flags, and they are political, morally driven globally. I want you to really think about that. I want you to think about these are the people who do not want families that's that's in nucleus in God's order. The man, the father, the mother, and the child. I want you to understand that these are the same people that don't want to procreate. Just as what Brother Vang was talking about, this brother he was talking about. And I could actually say that he is part of that crowd, that dangerous crowd, that do not believe of men's rights, that do not believe of man's procreation, that do not believe of men's pain. He don't believe of there could be an opposite of sex could hurt a man. That we've been seeing this for a very long time. And then what happened was I want you, Brother Vhango, I want you to get into it too. And what really I could have got mad. I could say got triggered, but I did got mad. But it's sad though that these are the men that cannot be trusted. These are the men that you cannot go to war with because in one way or another, they want you to die. They will protect themselves that are dangerous. They protect some toxic women that are still willing to work in the system that are killing men literally. And it will have to be with a gun. These simps are setting us up to die. And that's why it's very, very, very important. Well, I always say this, and I'm gonna give it back to Brother Vhango, that our visual be clear and our authentic listening has to turn on. That is the only way you figure it out what me and Brother Vhango is talking about. You can go. We can go.
No, that's true. I don't know too much about the brother in question, but from what you said, man, it's not looking too good. And too many dudes fall down that path, even if they're not on the alphabet and rainbow type of time. You feel me? They fall into that path of this plantation behavior where you hate your own brothers and you hate black men and you want to see black men suffer, or you got this kind of strange dynamic where I'm trying to use the right word, where it's like self-defeatist. It's like self-defeatist, self-defeatism, self-hatred, all that type of stuff. And it's not a good thing to engage in this type of activity. It's not a good thing to automatically assume that the brother's lying.
Yeah. Oh, let me. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's it. That's all I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. Let me get the shout out to brother CER. Shout out to brother Pastor. Shout out to brother LCN. I want to shut that out and everything. This is middle confused thinking. I coined this after I listened to the last brother Vhango's live. You can't see it yet because it's copyrighted, so he got it edited. So after he finished edited and stuff, so that's when I got it from. Middle confused thinking. I coined that. Brother Vhango could vouch for that. I coined it. So anybody say, "Oh yeah, middle confused thinking," I coined it, and so that's what we talking about. These people, these are dangerous people, and we'll get back to brother Vhango and tell let the people other what other we was hearing in when you doing the live.
Yeah, we was hearing this brother. I'm not gonna name drop it because y'all gonna see it when I put it back up, but. Unless JT want to do that, but we was hearing him make a whole bunch of a certain argument, and he was low key. What the most egregious thing that he was doing was trying to say that dudes who talk about men's issues are not only women haters, but they're also homosexual. And he was trying to give tips to the homosexual men to go holler at so-called manosphere dudes. And while some of it was funny, the underlying current is like, whoa. Red flag on the play. Give this man a red card, bro. Like, this is a nut argument. This is an insane, bad faith argument, bro. And it sounds very similar to the women that don't like hearing men talk about masculinity or men's issues or men's perspectives, right or wrong. Because he did mention some of the dudes that be running around the space. We've called them out, but that's not what he's doing. His intent is to label as many men as he feels like that he doesn't agree with or doesn't like or whatever. His intent is to label them as homo or women haters or, murderers or whatever. And that is a bad thing, especially after this subway shooter. You feel me?
Right.
I'm seeing a trend of that where people are trying to paint men who speak their mind as terrorists. And that's not good. And as a man feeding into that, this dude and other dudes like him should be ashamed of himself without adding nuance or context, bro. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, and it's true. And go more your point now. We're going to go right back. We're going to deal with the concept that I coined. Middle confused thinking. Now, I want you to understand the concept, y'all, in the chat, what Brother Vhango is saying. And he hit it. This is a brother. That means that you could walk out the house, had good intention help another man, and you got somebody going to say, "Oh, you a terrorist," knowing that you're not a terrorist or something. And these are dangerous. And I'm gonna tell you what. This brother is so dangerous that he willing to adopt toxic feminine. I want you to understand it very loud and clear. He willing to adopt. We ain't have to be about toxic masculinity, but if you could say that, if y'all want to say it, you can. But he willing to take on toxic feminine, and I'm talking about the policies with it. I'm talking about the moral with it, and this is very dangerous because he knows what he's doing. He knows that's part of drama. He knows what he's pushing, and he can actually get us men to be killed. He can actually get our little boys to be killed, and any black woman that stick up our black man to get killed. So really, if you think about it, really, he just got a gauge in his mouth. False tongues does exist. And I want you to understand that very loud and clear. This is serious. This is very serious. And people like him, they cannot be part of these conversations to heal. They cannot be, and even some toxic women, they cannot be in these conversations also. They can't. Because these are the ones that are going to do whatever they can to break up families because they in this system of things. They are working under the guidance of Satan, the devil. Now I'm talking about spiritual now. And you better understand this too. There is a evil spirit being happening in these people. And sad thing about it, men are carrying out this devil's plan. So what we say, so these are so we gotta have these conversations often. It don't have to be a lot on in social media, but I'm saying off social media, these conversations has to happen because our family is at stake. I'm talking about the human family stake here, and you got brothers like him, some brothers like him, and some toxic brothers like him, and some toxic women like them. They don't want this to happen. They are working on accordance. They are playing ball and they winning. And they know for right or wrong, that means they gotta be in the middle. No, you cannot be in the middle. Hell with that. Are you with the wrong? Are you with the devil side or are you with the God side? Are you with the toxic family side or are you with the family side? You got to make a choice. You got to make a choice. And also other factors that deals with humans. I'll throw it back at you, bro.
Yeah, that's 100% facts. With the men and the women who engage in this behavior, bro, it's not only self-destructive to them, it's destructive to everybody else around them. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have a problem if these people were just destroying themselves. But the thing is, we don't live in a vacuum. Nobody does. So everything that you do affects the next man, even if you don't realize that. And that's what a lot of these people don't get. Their rhetoric, like they say about us, their rhetoric is dangerous. Mm-hmm. Because what it does is it sets the stage for the abuse of men to continue, which leads to other stuff. Some of the things they bring up, like with more radicalized men, they snap and they break mentally and they go do crazy stuff. That's because they are pushed to the brink. What led up to this dude doing that? People like these constantly bringing them down, constantly dumping on them. That type of stuff has an effect on the mind of certain people, and it's going to make them do things. So if we want to avoid that, we need to treat each other with some kind of humanity, bro. A lot of these dudes that snap or whatever, the dudes that, vent and get really frustrated or passionate, they weren't treated as human beings. They weren't treated as men, which is what they want to be, which is what they strive to be. They're being denied these things, and we don't give them any type of grace. You feel me? I'm not talking about ones that just flagrantly doing some BS, you feel me, just on some craziness. I'm saying people who are not like that, but have the potential to become like that. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. And these dudes with their talking points, bro, and these chicks with theirs, all it does is it inflames the issue. It doesn't make it better.
Right. Yeah. No, you make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You make a lot of sense, and it goes hand in hand with what I'm talking about too. And also we got to understand that they talk like this in education, politics, even sitting at the table. So these are dangerous people that they dealing with confused minds.
Yeah.
It's like they giving them a gun so they can shoot themselves and they don't care because they know they can get somebody else to keep on. These are dangerous people. One SP in the thank you so much. Hit the like when y'all come in. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit
Yeah.
the
Hit that
like
like.
button. It just gotta be more than one. Thank you. Hit the like button. Come on, hit the like button. Hit the like button. And so this is crazy. And also tell of other examples.
Yeah. When dudes engage in that behavior, like you said, or people in general, with the confused thinking, when an individual approaches a situation without looking at all the factors of the situation and then making judgments and actions based off of that assumption, that is also a symptom of this middle confused thinking. Because like many of these dudes and these chicks, they come into the space thinking, oh, well, these men are losers. They're all this stuff. Ooh, they're just complaining. Nah, that's not it. You're making assumptions. And because of that, you are in a confused position. Confused being you're not in the right position, the full understanding of the position. So therefore, you're confused about it. You don't know what's going on. You're just assuming. And when you do that, you create an interpersonal problem. And then it becomes a whole thing. That's how wars are started. That's how all this craziness is started. You feel me? And these people don't take that into consideration. Hence why I said in the beginning, to piggyback off of the title and what you be saying, JT, they're not thinking. They're confused and they're not thinking. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's just one example. There's a couple others.
Yeah, and also they be in these thinking tanks.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Understand that too. Because these are people that has power. We talking about some toxic men and some toxic women. They be in these thinking tanks. These are the ones they part of decision, part of making decisions. That's why you see how the people in this world is.
Yeah. Exactly.
So this concept that I coined. This is not just Brother Vhango thing. Yes, I did that, but this is a broad and global conversation that we better have.
Exactly.
So this is the thing is, and also go ahead and talk about other examples, please.
Oh yeah, when hold on real quick, I gotta come back.
Again, welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, Real Talk. Yours truly, the number one grinder. This is middle confused thinking with Brother Vhango. I will explain. And
yeah, but another example would be when I'm trying to think of a good one. When I, without messing what I'm trying to say up. I said that already. Shoot, man, I can't even think of another one. I think I added too much to the last one, bro. That's
okay. Okay. Well, I picked it up.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead, bro.
He passed it to me. You no, that's all right. Also, we gotta think about our family members too. How about you have a vision? How about you switching jobs? that you thought it out, years of planning. Then you got family members. Oh, I think you should go this. Maybe I don't want. I don't want to get into that. That's tiring. I want a challenge. And and also too, this is what I want to make them confuse. Think middle. Who the ones who into middle confused thinking? They always have to be argumentative. They
Yeah.
always trying to make they truths that is right, but kind of find that they are wrong, and they know that they wrong. But this is again to go back a little like almost 40 minutes ago. The challenge, you gotta challenge them. You gotta make them see what they saying is wrong.
Facts.
These people are argumentative too. They were trying to argue wherever it is that you know that you got wrong. That means that you got right. And then you got some that really, and also of them, they recruit people too.
Yeah, they do.
So I understand the pattern again. They recruit someone's. So we have to watch out for all Joe's Page in the building. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming up in this piece. And shout out to everybody. So again, pay attention of content, pay attention of the language that they say. If it matches of they toxic, you know what to do. You gotta stay with them.
Yeah.
Quick. You gotta cut them on quick.
Exactly. Get them out of there, man, because they're a parasite, man. They're gonna drain you. They're gonna, like you said, brother, with the family. They want you to live their life because they're confused about your purpose. And in some cases, some dudes are confused about their own purpose. So they don't know what they want to do. And some people will play off of that. Or even if it's not out of maliciousness or evil intent, they'll just do it because that's all they know. Sometimes middle confused thinking is not like a concerted effort for somebody to do evil on you. It's just that's the way that they think. And they don't see anything wrong with it. They're just confused. They're ignorant.
Yeah.
You feel me? They just don't know that, hey, maybe me pushing this dude to go get a factory job is not really what I should be doing. Maybe I need to ask him what does he want to do so I can help him do that and motivate him to do that instead of trying to force him to do something I want him to do. So sometimes, like you said, brother, it's not necessarily, oh, I hate this guy. I'm angry at this guy. I'm going to do this, this, and that. No, it's not always that.
Yeah. And so this is the thing. We're gonna stay like about a few more minutes. Cause we ain't gonna stay that long and everything. And also what I hear from this brother, I think what we was hearing about, tell me if I'm right or wrong, brother Vhango. I remember he was talking about kids. Did he mention about kids?
On the dude's video that I covered?
Yeah.
I think he might have mentioned it. I think he was saying, what did he say? I got to look at it again, but he was saying something about how dudes be on the down low and, they want to have kids and fake families and stuff like that. I think that's what he was talking about. I don't know what you're trying to insinuate. What did you mean by it? What did you hear, rather?
I hear that what I hear, he don't like to advocate for kids.
Oh,
I
he's anti family.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Wow. Well, then why you trying to shame some of the Manosphere dudes? You got that in common.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I don't get it.
So, right, and this is the thing that this is the point. Thank you, because I want you to get into it after I say this. And the sad thing about it, you got to. And I noticed that he always want to talk about manosphere, but you ain't no better than them, or some of them. I mean,
Oh, you said what?
so
Say that again, brother.
no, I was saying that he ain't no better. Some of them brothers are man.
Yeah, he not.
He's not. So he trying to make something that he's not. He trying to change it. He trying to change the conversation around that make it seem that we confused, but we ain't confused. Bronx Bird in the building. I appreciate it. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Very much appreciate it. So this is and
It's a
so
lot.
it really is. So people, he's dangerous, and other people they are dangerous. But this is what this is the thing that get back to my point again. He used the manosphere of the conversation that it don't stick. You cannot just paint your bread. See, I'm glad you talk about this too. And I want you to hit a little hit. I want you to hit a little on that. And this is what he's
Mhm.
trying to do. He's saying, yeah, on the battlefield, they bunch of pedo. I hate that. But
Yeah,
in his mind, I'm going to pray the breast and the whole master. No, you cannot do that. If you say some, we get the picture at the same time. Who's going to challenge him?
exactly.
Nobody.
Yeah. That's a huge problem that I have with some of these dudes, man. Oh well, the Manosphere will of this. So what they're doing is creating these straw men to say that, oh, men who talk about their issues or don't like feminism or whatever the hell, they are automatically all the negative things we can possibly think of, all the worst things to humanity we could possibly think of. And that's crazy. That's crazy that these people doing this, bro. And that's intentional. That's intentionally malicious because they don't like certain people. They don't like certain talking points. So they're going to label you that when they know damn well they have no evidence to prove that stuff. It's all a bunch of cap and it's just used as a lightning rod to attract negative attention to you. That's what it is. Like you have actual people doing these crimes to children and animals and other people. They don't talk about them. They want to label the dudes who are trying to do something for themselves and people in their peer group as that. But meanwhile, you got a bunch of people running around here. They ain't saying shit about them. Excuse my language. They ain't saying nothing about them. You feel me? That is a extremely dirty tactic. That's dirty, man. That's real dirty. And dudes like that should be ashamed of themselves, man. Bras like that should be ashamed of themselves. That is a serious accusation to throw around, bro.
Yeah, and also he wanted the R word too. We're
That
not going to
too.
say
Yep.
it here, and that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, that is.
And so I was very disturbed with that too. That I knew there are some brothers like that, but and the sad thing about it, it's in the public. It's on his channel, so so he's saying this stuff, yo.
Mm. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he's spreading these lies and innuendo, bro. That's not cool. That's not cool. Spreading these lies, man. Just talking crazy about people with no facts. That's just like people like Tasha K and stuff. Just saying a bunch of nonsense for no reason, just because they can do it, causing chaos, bro. Causing chaos. They have no business talking like that to nobody, bro.
Right.
But
And
like
so
you said, the middle ones, bro, they be capping.
yeah, because they want to be safe. Because
Mm.
nobody ain't child, they want to be safe. Be in the middle, that's safe, bro.
Yeah, it is.
You being safe. You know what I'm saying? You in So you in the middle. Who's going? I mean, you be there. There's people say, "Oh, you can go on the wrong side or you go on the right side." But how about they don't want to make that decision? They dangerous because they in the middle. They stuck, but they want
Yeah.
to be stuck.
Yep.
And so what they do like that, and then so when they come to that, oh, you gotta understand, in the middle. I just came up with that. No, 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 no.
Yeah. They're the weak link, man. Like you said, they're trying to be safe, but safe from what? Safe from accountability, safe from responsibility, safe from trying to fix some of the systemic ills that are plaguing the world and the society. They want to be the go along, get along, in the words of Kwame, even though I don't rock with some of what he does, especially lately. But they want to be a part of that type of, shoe shine gang, man. That's nonsense. Instead of standing up for something, they want to live for nothing.
Right.
And they will attack people who do something because in the back of their mainframe, they mind, they're like, yo, this dude is doing something. There's a chance he might succeed, which will put me to work and then make me look bad. I look bad because I'm not doing anything. I look bad because of this, and this. Yeah, they try to turn it to this selfish thing, bro. And that's not what it's about. But like you said, bro, they want to be safe. They want to be safe from all these things that actually entail life, that actually show that you're living instead of just existing and just going along, keeping your head down. Okay, you want to do this to me, Mr. Government? Okay, I'll go along with it. Woman, you want to treat me like crap? Okay, I'll go along with it. You feel me? It's nuts.
Yeah, and also tell him from right or wrong. Also, he was talking about how women could come after men.
He was advocating for women to come after men.
I'm asking you, did you get that?
Oh, shit. I would say that he is. He was giving them ammunition in a low key way. I thought you meant he just came out and said it like, he like, yo, you got to get at these dudes like this, this, and this. I know he was doing that with the homo dudes, but
Right.
for the women, he was dropping. Yeah, now that you mention it, bro, he was dropping subtle hints at the women. Hey, get at these dudes this way. You feel me? And I'm like, wow. I gotta go back and watch my video, bro. But from what I did gather and what I can remember, bro, that's what he was doing. You right. No, you right. You telling the truth, bro. You telling the truth.
So again, he want to cause mass destruction of another gender.
Yeah, his
That
own
is that
gender.
is his own gender that in his mind that is justified, but really is unjustified.
Exactly.
Because he said to himself, I am God. I'm gonna have these people do what I want to do. No, you're not God.
Yeah, they're not. They're not. But that's what they think because this comes from an empty, broken place inside. And when these people come into conflict or come into contact with people that don't share that or that are trying to fill the void with something constructive, they got to latch on to them like a leech. I know you ain't getting away. I got you.
Right.
It's like, wow.
Just as that as the man in this space talk about women all day, all day, all day.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the betterment of that?
Exactly.
I understand the injustice, but you got to learn how to critique the injustices and find solutions. Just as the black woman talk about black man all day, it goes for them too. We're the solutions. But the sad thing about it, you got the simps and the simpettes.
Yeah.
And they also dangerous too. They know what they doing too. So we're dealing with people had demonic mindsets
Yeah.
that don't care again, that don't care about families, that don't care about they don't care about little girls. They don't. So this confused thinking is dangerous. And if we do not call it out as a as a premeditated cancer of the human race and especially in our community, there's going to be a downward spiral. And the sad thing about we're going to end up being hurt. And
Yeah.
so we have to understand it does exist and stuff like that. And and also I noticed that while you was talking, I know that you was bringing up about how he worded things. Explain to people why.
Yeah. The way that he was wording things was really argumentative, or maybe that's not the right word. It was baiting, like he was constructing a certain paradigm or a narrative to put people in and to assist people who have ill will towards brothers who speak about issues. He was setting up this thing to get those people, to get at them.
Right.
And the wording he was using was really weird. Sometimes he would speak truth, and then other times he would speak some craziness. And when he would speak the craziness, he would construct it in a way, this absolutist way that, yo, this is this and this is that, pretty much what I say goes type of stuff. And that's not accurate. That's not accurate. And so, like I said, and we talked about earlier, this sets a trap for a lot of dudes, because then they're like, oh, well, if the narrative is painted one way and I happen to have similarities with that, people are going to try to paint me as what the narrative is talking about. And that's a problem, because I'm not trying to do that, but they see it that way. And then they make moves based off of these assumptions against you because of that narrative. So it's sick. It was insidious. One commenter in my channel, or in my chat rather, that live stream chat, he said it was insidious, and that's exactly what it is, bro. Like some demon stuff, some real devious wordplay he was using.
And also they are being around satanic works.
Exactly.
And so these are people that we got. I just know that that we have to talk more on this. Please, the one who come in, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. If you want to, brother, you could put your channel in the chat if you want.
All right.
Yeah, put it
go
in
do
the
that.
chat. Yeah, what we're gonna do? Cause in a few minutes we're gonna finish this up.
Okay, bet.
I think I'm gonna wait till you put your.
All right. There you go, right there. Wait. Hold up. I gotta sign into my joint.
Oh, okay.
All right. Brother JT is live. Where you at? Right here. There you go, right there. All right, cool. I threw it in the chat.
Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do, if there's anything that you want to that you want to add on? So you think we said enough and everything? I think we covered practically everything, right?
Yeah, we touched on quite a bit. We went in.
We went in. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do, Brother Van. I want you to say your. I want you to stay. And I'm gonna say my last remarks, and then we can close it out as a family. And I want you to stay after I close this out too.
Bet. All right.
Okay.
For last remarks, I would say stay away from these mental confused thinking people. Do your best to identify them and then keep your distance, man, because there's not really much you can do other than cut them off. Because, there's only so much you can say on this platform, but, YouTube is real tricky. So definitely stay away from them to the best of your ability, bro. Ladies, women do this too. So definitely stay away from them. And that's pretty much all you can say, man. These people are toxic and they're dangerous. So stay away.
Okay. And I just want to say this thank you for so much to come through, brother. And we chop it up on what I coined in on Brother Vhango's last song live. Middle confused. I want you to take heed to this. Because happening right now. And I feel that is very important. Very important. So on behalf of my channel, the number one grinder, Real Talk, and Brother Vhango, he put his channel in the chats. Please hit him up, support him, participate and support. And I want to thank everybody that came through. So that's that. So on behalf of my channel, number one grinder, Real Talk, good afternoon and good evening. And please have people to share this out. Have people to share this out. I don't know I'm gonna go live tonight, but I'm gonna go live. Most likely probably be men's talk. Most likely be men's talk. And Brother Vhango, hopefully that you can join that too. But if I go on tonight, it probably be men's talk or evening talk, either one, if I am. But thank y'all so much to participate in this conversation. This is the last of the Middle Confused Thinkers with Brother Vhango. I will explain hashtag SICKTALK. So thank y'all. This one is Ghost. Peace.